Hi, I just wanted to take a couple minutes and talk about my weight loss journey and how I got from 400 pounds to currently 218 and the things that kind of contributed to how I got to where I was and how I got to where I am today. So, I guess it all goes back to childhood. We all have things in our lives that were traumatic or just really difficult to get through. And for me, there was a lot going on when I was a kid, and it was very unstable. And so, of course, I turned to food. Food was my comfort. It was chocolate, chips. I would take my paper out money and go to the store and buy 4 or 5 chocolate bars, and it would just be my way of coping with what was happening in my house and in my life. And growing up, all through adolescence and my teenage years, I was heavy, and I just felt really kind of lonely, and I had great friends, but I just I felt like the fat kid, and I was. And so as I got older, my weight just kept going. When I was about 24, I had my first child, and all through my pregnancy I was about 300 pounds. And then 14 months later, I had my second child, and after that I just started gaining weight, and I just kept getting heavier and heavier. And by the time I remember thinking to myself, like, oh, I gained so much weight after the baby. But my daughter was 7. She wasn't a baby anymore, and I was like 400 pounds. And it was just really difficult for me to accept that I was 400 pounds, and I couldn't blame it on pregnancy. I couldn't blame it on hormones. I couldn't blame it on anything. I just used food. I was, when my babies were small, my husband was a truck driver. He was gone all the time. I was really alone with 2 babies under the age of 2. And I had a little bit of help from some friends and stuff, but for the most part, it was just day in and day out, me and my babies. I was depressed. My house was a mess. I just could barely function. And, I just gained weight. And it got to the point where I had sleep apnea. I had high blood pressure. I had so much back pain that I could not even stand at the sink and wash the dishes. I had to lean on the sink and do the dishes. I really couldn't do anything. I was just a wreck, and I knew in my heart that I was going to die young. I knew it. And I remember my husband and I would talk about growing old together, and just how great it was going to be, and we were going to, die lying next to each other in bed, holding hands. It was going to be so romantic. And for me, it was always just like a joke. Yeah, we can talk about this, and we can pretend that this is what's going to happen, but it's not. I'm going to die. I am going to die young because I am very unhealthy. And it was scary and it was sad, but I couldn't do anything about it. I could not change the way that I ate, the way that I lived. Nothing worked. I just felt resigned. And then one day we were looking at my husband's health plan from work, and we noticed bariatric surgery was covered by our insurance. And it was like a light bulb just went off for us, and we were just like, you have to do this. You have to do this. We have to figure this out. You have to. This is what's going to do it. And my husband, he's never ever made me feel bad about my weight. It's always my health. Like, I want you to be healthy. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And so he's always been supportive. And so he was very, like, excited about this, like, let's do this, like, this is going to be amazing. But for me, I was always like, yeah, okay, yeah, it is going to be amazing. But in my heart, I never believed it was going to happen. I am the type of person where I start things and then I give up. And there are so many things that I've started. Like, if you just look in my craft box, I have like 5 crochet projects that I've started currently, and they're just sitting there because I move on to the next thing. And for me, I just could not believe that I would get through this entire process and have bariatric surgery. But I started, and he was right there with me, and we went through the steps, and the whole process took about 3 or 4 years because he switched jobs and switched insurance, and so we had to start all over again with a new insurance company. And so it's not an easy journey. It really isn't. It's not the easy way out. Some people might think that, oh, you didn't do the hard work of diet and exercise. You took the easy way out. And I am here to tell you, and I will explain in more detail in future videos, that it is not the easy way out. It is hard. It is harder than diet and exercise. It really is. But if you are not succeeding at diet and exercise, then this is what you need. Like, you need to just do it, just like I did. So, it was hard. It was a long journey, but I remember sitting in the hospital like, this is it. Like, this is going to happen. I am doing this. And I had no idea what was going to come next. Like, even though they really prepare you for how you have to eat and like all the things you have to do to take care of yourself, like, you just don't know. You just don't know. You don't know how you're going to handle it. You don't know how you're going to react. You don't know how you're going to feel. And it was really scary. I just remember being really scared. And then after, it was really hard. It was even harder than I expected it was going to be. I felt miserable. I was sore. I was, I couldn't eat like anything. Like, you're on an all liquid diet. And I would lay there in bed just asking myself, like, was this worth it? Like, is this going to work? And, I ended up back in the hospital for a couple days because I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink, I couldn't keep anything down. So I had to go in for another procedure. And after that, it got a little better because I could eat, I was feeling better. And so over time, I didn't even really notice, but I just started to feel normal again. Like, my portion size felt like normal. I would look at somebody's plate with a whole bunch of food piled on it, and instead of like feeling jealous, like, I can't eat that, I'm so sad, I would just be disgusted by it. I'd be like, I don't know how you can eat that much food. That is so disgusting. Like, I would literally die. And so it really became just a normal part of my life, just, eating small portions and feeling the way that I feel. And so it's been 2 years. And I've lost 175 pounds. And about 6 months ago, I started biking with my husband. We have e-bikes. And I remember we wanted to go on this bike ride around the loop. And I was very inactive. My whole life I've been very inactive. I don't go to the gym. I don't like exercise. And every once in a while I would be like, oh, I need to go to the gym, and then I'd go for a week or two, and then that was it. But I went on this bike ride on this e-bike, and we went 17 miles around our river valley. And at the end, I was just like, oh my God, I just biked 17 miles. Like, I did that. And it was like just eye-opening. Like I was capable of doing something that I never in my life dreamed that I could do. And I was like, what else can I do? I bet I can work out with my husband, who's a weightlifter and has been weightlifting for 7 years and is very strong. But I bet I could lift weights. You know, it's not cardio. I hate cardio, but I liked the bike riding. And so maybe I could bike ride for cardio. Maybe I could weightlift. And so I was like, I want to come to the gym. I want to start going to the gym. And of course, in the back of my mind, I'm telling myself, yeah, but for how long? Because it's always been one of those things where you start and quit. And I did that a lot. But I started going and I really like it. It clicked with me. It really was just, you know, another life-changing moment for me where I was enjoying going. I was happy with the progress I was seeing. I was having fun with my friends. Like, it was really not a chore for me. It wasn't something that I ever dreaded. It wasn't something that I ever had to sit at home and convince myself that I had to go to the gym today, like motivate myself. It was just like, yeah, I'm going to go to the gym today. And I looked forward to it. And so the journey from 400 pounds and high blood pressure and sleep apnea and back pain to where I am today, which is not the end of the journey. I still have more weight to lose, but it just is one of not just weight loss, but just like discovering that there's this person inside of me that is capable of follow through, that is capable of physical feats that I never even dreamed of. And it all goes back to that first step, that first day where we just said, like, yes, we have to do this bariatric surgery. Like, no matter what, we need to figure it out. We need to do it. And we took that step. And the whole time, I never believed it would happen, but I just kept going one step at a time. Like, I felt like something was going to happen that was going to prevent me from doing this. I couldn't imagine my life any other way, but I just kept going. And you just have to, whatever it is, you just have to take that step. And even if you can't see the end and you don't believe you'll ever make it, if you just keep going, you will. And you will end up in a place that you never even dreamed of. So that really is the story of my journey, is just taking that step and then ending up I just can't believe how I feel and the things that I've accomplished. So that's my story. Thanks for watching. And if you want to see more, click subscribe and hit the notification bell and comment below if you have any questions about the surgery or anything that I've said. I'm happy to answer questions and leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys, your thoughts, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.